Hello there, greetings. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night. Yes, I still have this thing. It's not fully gone away. It is getting better, at least, I think. So, all right, for today, it is going to be, let's see here. I'm going to go in with my perspective. Everybody has their own perspective. It should be in the title. No Jake Paul or whatever the hell they're calling themselves. I don't know if either way, none of that. And I'm buried by YouTube, so I don't think I benefit from any views from that anyway. It's like I'm already blacklisted, so I don't have to worry about that either, getting views from anywhere weird or getting noticed for that matter in the outside world of weirdness here. So either way, tonight is going to be about Rothschild again and Rockefeller. I feel like I combined the two of them this time. Give you at least my connection of Rockefeller, and I saw I listened to a documentary at work a little bit, or all of it for that matter. It was a school day about David Rockefeller. I'm not going to go into that, but going basically Rockefeller Energy is where I see it at this time. So, giving my perspective of that, of course, it's hard to fully prove what's going on, at least personally, but you never know. You never know. They keep themselves, in the conspiracy world. It's hard to prove any of this. But it's information, you never know. It might, down the line, bring out something, maybe. I won't call it a theory, it's just a connection. So, who knows? We'll see. I mean, who knows? For those that are new to all this is ivanshard.com. They have private sessions. I think I'm open Friday a little bit. I have to close down a lot because of work. I have gift cards, easy to purchase. Google Hangout, Skype, Zoom, channeling by phone. You can also submit a question here. Or, okay, maybe not there. Here. I can submit a question through the site. And I'll go back to you. Those that submitted questions on Friday, I'll be answering on Friday. I'm going to try and speed it up, but due to illness, I'm trying to rejuvenate the energies. I'm going to try a couple of things tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get better. Spirit Social. One question. Submit a question, healing, past life regression. Message from yesterday, channeling consultant, 5-minute healing. Spiritual connections, one question from a day, chakra healing from a day. Soul pain for Stephanie and Joe Reiki for Miguel. And all this stuff. I'm gonna remove some of this stuff eventually. We also have the Oracle cards. I think they're going to send out cards that have not been printed yet with the new cards. So that has been fixed. So we're back to working again. And Jake, I'll be uploading that. Jake 2 is coming up soon. And little promoting him, working on his career. So I have an ad I want to put out. It's cheap. It's worth it. Oh, that's right. On Tuesday, I'm not organized at all, but I have a second channel. For those that are usually going to the webinar, there will be, if you want to do something on Tuesday, or you can do it whenever, actually. This isn't 100%, but the second channel is welcome to be used for discussions, and I'll upload it to my main channel whenever. You can upload an 8-hour video. I don't If you do anything you shouldn't be doing on there, well, it's embarrassing as their deal. But anyway, about dreams and trying out new stuff, I gotta suggest that's a good idea for those that are cool with the Tuesday night, and for those that will help and maybe bring in new people. I won't be there because only so much I can do. Having this extra time does help me, get back together, put Humpty Dumpty back together again. I'm still trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together. Eventually, I can move my hands around, as you can tell. So I try to be as anime as possible to keep me alive. So, anyway, I'm gonna have to try other things. So I've been resting a lot. I have no problem with sleeping. It's not getting rid of this. I think it's helping to a certain degree, but it's kind of forcing me to pull back, which is good. We'll get onto the subject in a second. Sorry. This is kind of like updates. The Universal stuff I did at Universal before I got sick has been edited. But I guess when I first got there, I usually do like a little video of myself, intro, like a little one. My phone didn't record. I must not have hit the button. Luckily, the channel is recorded, but I didn't, oh well. And when I got in there, Marilyn was like right behind me. It's like she was driving around. I mean, that was a great shot. Because I was in a rush to hit the button. I could have swore I hit it, but oh well. Can't win them all. Not a big deal. I'll just stand there next time. Yeah, because it was like, I saw her driving, so I rushed over there. I didn't like kill myself or anything, but I thought I hit the record button. I guess not. Oh well, it was only like 2 seconds. It was only like a minute long. So, all right, okay. I might go down the Illuminati list of names, and possibly I might do a couple more. That was like 4. There's J.P. Morgan. I might bunch a couple of them up. I think this is going pretty good. It's kind of interesting. It's not something I don't normally connect to this, so I'm not. I looked them up on the news on Google a little bit. At least Rockefeller, I didn't find a whole lot. So at least recently, like Rockefeller doing something that's all kind of incognito. But I did hear a documentary about it. About them. I guess I can recommend it. If I can find it. I just thought of it just so. Okay, internet. Okay. This might be a bad idea. Oh yeah, it's called the Corbett Report. Unorthodox, whatever. Biography of David Rockefeller. Authorized. I can't talk. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm gonna go with this because I went a little bit too long last time. Oh yeah, and they're basically interesting enough. They're talking about David Rockefeller is part of Chase Bank, and Chase Bank just helped expand it worldwide. I think it's worldwide now. And I forgot what exactly I forgot what the details was exactly, but it's just that either way, the banking cartel is alive and well. Let's put it that way. I forgot. There was one detail I remember they said. I don't remember. I forgot what they said exactly. I was working when I was doing it, so I remember it doesn't matter. If you watch documentaries, they go into Chase Bank, he took over basically. He joined the Triadical Commission. Triadical. I can never say that. I didn't realize that was part of the Asian Illuminati, basically. So the Bilderberg group, they didn't want that involved. They didn't want the Asians involved with the Bilderberg group, so they created the Triadical Commission. Ugh. Try to say that 3 times fast. Only Illuminati members can read it, actually say that word. All right, so from what my feeling is, Rothschild is like the mother hen, maybe the seed of Satan, whatever you want to call it. And Rockefeller's like the worker, the hitman, you can say. I believe also Rockefeller is more involved with politics. Obviously, there's some Rockefellers in politics. I don't know about now, but there was. And I think one of them even tried to run for president, if I remember right. Either way, Rockefeller is like the one to get things done. Now, obviously, there's a lot of, it's like 13 families in Illuminati. Probably a lot more, obviously, that are not mentioned. What is it, J.P. Morgan, or the Morgan family? They're probably not. But Rockefeller seems to be the one that's really the kingpin of the presidents. Gets information from Rothschild and then Rockefeller, or David for that matter. There are others, obviously. It does seem like along with the CIA, T. Rockefeller is along with that creation, having that being actually made. Feels like that's very Rockefeller. That's written all over it. You won't not seeing that in his book, that's for sure, or maybe you will. And Rockefeller donated, money for the probably money, but also land for the UN. That's in New York City, and that's part of the kingpin. It continues on. That's their world government, and obviously the Rothschilds, I want to have their name all over everything. Now, one thing about the Rockefeller, I mean, this is what I'm getting. Go with it, grain of salt, whatever you feel. I feel they're very involved in the music industry. I'm not sure about the movies, but definitely the music industry is what I feel. Probably all from the family unit. I don't know, who knows, grandkids or whatever. And one of the rock rappers has a name. I forgot who it was. Rockefeller, somewhere in their name. So either way, it does seem like, because when I came to Rockefeller, what just on their energy, what are they doing here? Is very much a part of the music industry for sure. Quietly, not to say David Rockefeller is out there doing rap music, but you never know. Either way, it's there. Is that they're the mover and shakers of all of this. Politicians. Dick Cheney feels like he actually talked to David Rockefeller personally on many occasions. Big surprise there. Of course, Bill Clinton. I think Bill Clinton, I have no idea, but I saw it somewhere on the internet, of course, I guess Bill Clinton's mother was a prostitute or something along those lines. And Bill Clinton is a Rockefeller because of that. He's a child of one of them. I wouldn't be too that surprised, but you never know. Sometimes when you kick these things, I wouldn't doubt it. Let's put it that way. And yeah, he's been covering up, drug smuggling, stuff like that. I can see him doing that. Like in Arkansas, so they gave him, well, they're all sellouts. I don't think Trump is sold out. Of course, he's not perfect, but he's not perfect. He's well protected. Trump is well protected. He'd be gone, long time ago. So, yeah, he's not. It's not all. I mean, it's not all positive, but it's still. You'd be surprised. I don't think it's going to be as gloomy as some people might feel. We're going through a change wheel, We're going through a massive change. So not everybody will agree with that, but either way, definitely either way, it's not about him. Well, it does seem like the elites are trying to get into the Trump family if they have not already gotten there, like through Jared. So, like, I believe they're going to try to take over the family if they have not already. I don't think it's part of the elite, but it's kind of, but sort of. But I think they're trying to take over it altogether. Make sure no Trump ever appears ever again. Yeah, that's my feeling on it. I think they're trying to take over the family. Eventually, they probably will. Money, whatever it is. There seems to be, you can say this is almost like an initiation, but I don't think anyone's going to be the same as Donald after this. What's my feeling on it? It's, but either way. As for, let's see, where are we going with this? Yeah, like old Bush is being kept alive. I think Rockefeller, is, you can probably look this up. They're involved in medicine and all that. They're keeping old Bush alive. It is my, like, for my field, though, obviously there's not many in the limelight, or any for that matter. It does seem like there's a positive energy within the family, though, within the Rothschilds, too. But it feels like in the Rockefeller, there's a lot of deserters somewhere. Could be wrong, but some are like, I'm not going to be part of this bullshit anymore. And obviously they're doing it quietly. So let's put it this way. Positive Illuminati energies are in that family somewhere. And in Rothschild for sure. Yeah, Rothschild definitely does not want that. I mean, it's in all families, but it feels like, those are two, I would say those are like one of the two strongest families on the planet, at least. I'm not sure if Rockefeller's doing it so much anymore. I guess, but they're keeping a close eye on Elon Musk. I don't think he's part of the Illuminati yet, but they definitely want to. They're influencing him. Whether I don't think they have it. I don't think they have a grip on him. Sometimes I'm kind of wishy-washy on that. Sometimes it feels like they do. Sometimes they don't. I don't think they have a full hold on him. They're trying to see what he's going to do. So they don't want to, because they can get in the way easily. So, so at least my feeling on that. But in Rockefeller, I feel like there's a lot of deserters. No, you can say Walmart is part of the Illuminati for sure. Definitely. That's like the secret do nothings. I mean, they operate they hide it behind foundations. It's not going so well in the Walmart family from what it feels like. A lot of corruption. But it's internal. It's like they're just not, they don't get along very well from what I can feel from here. And that's growing pains because the family is not used to being rich. I mean, now it has. It's been rich for a while, but it's not as old as a Rockefeller family or, not as old as other families. So, with the Walmart, you can say it feels like even Disney, for that matter, and that's not always Rockefeller. It does seem like Rockefeller, because Rockefeller is more of a international. I mean, it's worldwide. They're into everything, but it does feel like, let's put it this way: what I'm getting from them, it's like they put like Walmart, for that matter. They like say, "Oh, that's of interest. Let's invest money in Walmart or Disney," and then they get the rest of their other rich buddies to follow that. Is what I'm getting from that. And they have like henchmen and whatever, influencers that slowly creep through the company somehow, at least through investing. And then they have other ways of putting their influence in board members eventually. I think some of the board members of these big companies are, walk around with a bonesman ring. But it's very gradual and just it's very slow. Yeah, they operate very slow. They want to spook anybody out. They gotta be slow. Yeah, you can't just say I have like $1 trillion I can buy our company in 5 seconds. They don't do that. They go in swiftly, like quote. And so like DuPont and other families, they might not even have a well-established name either way. They're wealthy. Investment companies, I imagine some of them are owned by the elites and some are not. It's such a map of confusion. You can't really find them from what I see, from what I pick. Is I can't just pick, oh, those are Illuminati people, blah blah blah. It's like they mask themselves so well, you have no idea. It can be anybody because they put rich people in front of them, so they're not seen. So it's like we take rich people that think they're one of us, or at least act like it, or don't think we even exist. They don't think that we run the planet basically. I imagine that's more open-minded now to this, but not always. It's like I imagine when you become wealthy on your own and then you run into these type of groups, you get a strange feeling like these aren't normal people. And things aren't adding up. It's like, that's my feeling from it. It's like, these aren't exactly normal people. I mean, I know there's rich people, but then you got this that's a little bit out there. What I'm saying, it's just, it has a different air to it. It's very friendly, but also menacing somewhere. And it's not like your regular rich person. It's, of course, imagine the wealthy are pretty menacing, but this is a lot different. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you can say it has kind of like an oddness about it. It's like a mystery I can't figure out. And I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with this mystery that's going on. That's the feeling I get from them. When you connect to super rich people, and you just get this strange, bizarre feeling like this is not your normal rich person. There's something else, or they just hide it. They just hide it very well. I don't think they hide it completely. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but either way, let's put it this way. The feeling as I get is like, yeah, these people are really nice. And it also feels like they can make me disappear. It's that type of energy is what I'm feeling from this. It's like a menacing, friendly, and it's also, if I do the wrong thing, I might not be here anymore. That's my feeling. Not to say energy is always out there, but it does seem like there is some. It's like a fragmented vibration around that. So at least that's what I'm getting from that. But as for Rockefeller, it does feel like they're still part of. They're more quiet nowadays. Rockefeller is gone because he used to be running the Bilderberg Group. He was the main. He played a big role in it. Let's put it that way. And now, at least from the documentary, they're kind of like putting that energy around Bill Gates. Right at the end, it's like, you can say Gates tries to keep a low profile, but yeah, I can see that. I think Peter Thiel is also, they're putting their fingers at him, but I'm not sure about him. Yes and no. I feel more Gates, but Gates is trying to have that nice guy persona as much as he can get it, because he knows that people really hate him. There are people that can't stand him, and he knows that this persona does not sell on everybody, and it's his enemies are probably the same as Rockefeller, probably the father. John D. Rockefeller, because Microsoft put companies out of business. They didn't care. That's really ruthless. And that's what it was out. It was out. They're scared every day that they'll go out of business, and they'll go put other companies out of business, wherever they can. So I'm surprised they're still. Well, it's very Illuminati. That's why it's still here. Still out to the government, privacy, data, whatever it is. Yeah, they plug into Google probably, through Microsoft probably. It's just you can't win, pretty much. Gates, I can see him as he's a shadowy. Well, he's coming off, with the foundations. They're always like, oh, they're helping people. Yeah, but they're probably the ones making everybody sick and everybody. They're the reason why people are poor, because and then they fly around their helicopters and just do all this nonsense. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, Gates feels like he sold out a long time ago. I mean, right before, it's like right into the earth, right into his born, and slowly sold out. So you can say he's like a project. He's not fully, he's not exactly a positive figure, but he's not fully sold out. But mostly has. Not fully, because it feels like there's part of him that has not fully, did things he really shouldn't be doing. He's borderline on that, though, from what it seems. You can see a lot of Rockefeller energies are around that, obviously. But at least with Rockefeller is very, it's old money now, obviously. But it's still part of the system. It's just very quiet. I believe, there's an interview, Alex Jones, I forget. It was the son of David Rockefeller. I forgot his name. It's on the internet somewhere I forgot who the interviewee was. David Russo. It wasn't David. Either way, it was the son of David Rockefeller said right before 9/11, said, there's going to be an event, and then we're going to go into Afghanistan, and we're going to be looking for terrorists, and we're not going to be looking for anything, and then 9/11 happened. I forgot exactly who it was, but either way. And that was the son of David Rockefeller. So, and that son is still operating. I think he's not as daring as the father was, but he's still pretty menacing from what I feel. So they're all pretty much just quiet. But like sports, they're into sports, they're into everything. But it seems like the Rockefeller name is very much like, you have Rothschild, you have Rockefeller, and you have the other ones that are kind of diluted. They're all still part of it, but they need somebody to lead them to the direction, to keep them wealthy, and to keep them, keep the bloodline doing whatever it is doing. Like Hilton is part of the Illuminati. It's part of it. They wouldn't marry into that for no reason. I didn't mention this, the recent, what's her name that's getting married to Harry? I believe that was arranged. From what I got from it, can't prove it, of course. Feels like that was more an arranged connection, is my feeling on it. Harry and this, I forgot the name of the girl. Can't forget him because you've heard about him like forever. But it almost feels like there's like a threatening energy around her. It's like, if you don't do this or something along those lines. So she was I think she is part of the bloodline already. I could be wrong, but I think Diana was part of the bloodline also. It seems like they're not, but they are. So, just a commoner, but think again. Now, was it Princess of Monaco? Can't remember her name. She was in a bunch of Hitchcock movies. I forget her name. I can't remember her name, but I don't think she was part of the elite. I can't think of her name. But anyway, if you look up Princess of Monaco, she used to be an actress. I can't think of her name for anything. I can remember a picture of her, but I can't think of Jessica Rabbit. No, that's not right. Well, either way, I don't think she was part of the Illuminati. I think Diana was. I think she was part of some kind of bloodline. Yeah, because they don't just marry anybody. It might seem like that, but I don't think they do. I don't think so. I think they know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, it's kind of twisted, but it's the way it is. It's like presidency. I think that's all by voting. Okay. Well, the same thing with these people getting married. It seems like the same thing. It's like the illusion of choice. I don't think it is. So, other way. Also, yeah. Speaking of the monarchy, was it Prince Charles and Camilla? Yeah, I can't remember. See, I grew up with these names, so I remember those people. I just visualize them as raptors, like 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 snappers, both of them. That's a lot of love there. At least, yeah, at least in one time period they were. So those two are like, those are like, she has done this before too. Like he would get married and she would like bust in, and she would be like the most unattractive person ever. And this is not the first time she has done this. Well, either way, those two have been at this for Charles and Camilla. This is not their first time doing this. The so-called dynasty is going on. Is it old, ancient? Well, they've been in it before, and so has Queen. What's her face too? I don't. Obviously, she didn't get into the rank she is now, but she has been in a dynasty before too. Through her blood, I think several times actually, from what I see. Yeah, this isn't their first time in the Windsor family or whatever they call themselves. Yeah, Windsor is part of the Drake Vlad the Impaler, but also Vlad the Impaler probably most likely came from the. I think they changed their names, but they're probably still part of the bloodline anyway. Yeah, they just changed their names over time because I feel she is definitely. I mean, the queen definitely has been. Yeah, I feel at least 5 times born in this type of in the monarchy, but never at the position she is right now. Not at all. No, obviously, unless she was a male, but I don't think so. I think she was mostly female, and she just never got her chance. I think there was a couple of chances in history. It wasn't just Queen Elizabeth. There are others. I don't think she had the energy of Elizabeth. You needed somebody like Elizabeth. Of course, I think they said Elizabeth was like manly to some degree, but and she probably wasn't a virgin either. But whatever they say, I think that they just used that to make her like a deity of some kind. But as for in Rockefeller, definitely goes back into I could feel their energies that they're definitely part of the dynasty, at least the ancient Knights Templar. Just got that. Yeah, big surprise there. Obviously, a lot of these families are from the Knights Templar, but definitely Rockefeller for sure. Rothschild, feels like Rothschild was actually, I would say, banking them. More of the money. I would say banking the Templar than exactly involved with it. Like they were running the money, but they weren't involved. I don't think they even called themselves Templars either. I think they stayed out of it. That's pretty typical too. Not to get too much light on themselves, but they were definitely involved. Things have not changed. Eventually the banking system will, I think, be more exposed than crash, but it's going to take a while for that. Humanity has to undo the blinders. That's been put around its eyes, and it's not easy to see that because so many are under the working class system. It's hard to see what's going on. Eventually, it will happen. Not in my lifetime, I don't think so. Eventually, it's Yeah, the energy of that. Yeah, it won't happen my lifetime. It might. I doubt it. We've always banking scandals. IMF is part. Yeah, Illuminati for sure. World Bank, Illuminati. Yeah. Any. Yeah. Now, World Bank is like it's very hard to keep. I think there's names there you can probably connect with. It's probably anything Switzerland is Illuminati for the most part. Are there names connected to it? Yeah, maybe, maybe not, but it's definitely that's definitely Illuminati energy all over that. Now it's not always bad, but it's definitely Illuminati for sure. Yeah, so what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? It's like, what you guys gonna, so what? You run the world. Who cares? It's like, yeah, it's like it's so well known. I don't know. Apparently, there's parts that's so well known. It's like, yeah, we run the world. Who cares? And it's like living in Nevada or around Area 51 or is it around Arizona and just knowing that there's aliens because you see them all the time. And the rest of the country is like, what are you talking about? So in Switzerland, at least with banking, yeah, this is definitely a Illuminati town for sure. And there's they don't care. I see that. At least what I'm getting from that. Yeah, Rothschild. I mean, like Rockefeller is just a name. Yeah, they go by other names. They do filter. They use that as a cover, but there's also other names behind it, which makes sense that you don't never heard of and probably can't pronounce either. That's probably the Illuminati energies too. Just the way the letters are placed, the way the name is, it's all has a symbolism or energy to it that was all done on purpose. Like made their name, and it's like an activation name you can say. At least that's what I'm getting from them. So yeah, it's how it's like to use the money for more positive than negative. It's a counter. If I'm saying it's contradict what the others are doing. The dark is doing. It's like yeah, it's like with Rockefellers and any DuPonts or wherever it is, Hilton. That those names are kind of poison names, you could say. It's like, yeah, we are your rulers, nothing you can do about it. But the more the positive ones, it does seem like are distant themselves from all that. From what it seems, they might change their name. Either way, they're still a part of the system, but they're just not wanting anything to do with it. And changing their name it might have done a long time, probably done a long time ago. Change their names so they're no longer under that spell of the dark is what I'm getting from that. It all has yeah, the way the name is written out, the letters, it all has a energy to it, like a magician's wand, you can say. It all has a magic to it. And it does give them power away from the hypnotism that's going on here. So yeah, hypnotism is major, as you can tell, and it's all humanity. It's under a major hypnosis. Well, majority of it is at least, and sometimes you need to be involved with it to undo it. That's why it's difficult coming into here, as you're here to you guys' ground crew is clear out the negative. But there is a positive side of the Knights Templar. It is here. It has been weakened over time. It's always been weak, but it is getting stronger. And yeah, where Trump is getting assistance, it does feel like it is overseas. As for positive directions, so of course there's a lot of controversy energies there too to bury his vibration. But obviously he's not perfect. It's not all going to be positive, but it does seem like or even around was it the CIA in Iran, it does seem like I'm not sure where that is at this time, but it's being evaluated for the most part. Oh yeah, it had this stupid thing about. I was going to mention that about what was it? Trump said he has a button on his desk and it's bigger and better than freaking Kim Jong Un's. We just stepped into a cartoon all of a sudden. Yeah, my button can blow your world up, or your what is this? God, man, fuck. Oh well. As for anything else, a lot of it is probably blocked. They don't want me to connect it too much. I do see around Sandy Hook that Rockefeller does have some kind of influence there somewhere. Mind control. Yeah. They tried to, hide some stuff. I feel their influence there. Also, like with the creation of the Men in Black, it feels like there is very much involved with it was governmental. Obviously, the alien energies have always been around, but it seems to be more. I want to say Rockefeller behind a lot of that too. Even Rockefeller, along with I believe they went through it by a different name, but as for the founding of America too, I believe some of that's there, but I don't believe it's fully under Rockefeller's name, but still the energy is there. Yeah, it was. As for the Men in Black, it does seem like it is under more of a Rockefeller energy there. Now, Rothschild definitely isn't. Like, I don't think, Rothschild doesn't. There's things that they don't want to get involved with. That's where Rockefeller comes in to take care of. Of course, there's probably other families involved, but the black magicians are definitely involved with Rothschild. Yeah, because it goes up and up and up, and it goes into a place that a lot of people don't understand. That's for sure. Yeah, that's like it's like it goes into a dimension energy that can't most won't understand. That's what it feels like. It's like the Rothschild is like you have the public version, and then it goes into this kind of it gets smaller and smaller as you go up the family root tree, and it might change names. Either way, it's still them. That's where you get your shadow governments and things of that sort. So, as for the Men in Black, it's another part of a secret service, obviously. It's the more extraterrestrial, but also the Men in Black are there to keep the black projects quiet too. It's not just aliens. They watch out for black projects to make sure all that stays incognito. So it's not just. It was never just aliens. I mean, it's keep the secret space program quiet. There's a division of FBI. It's involved with that too. CIA for sure, but there is a part. I think I mentioned this before. There's a part of the FBI is like a shadow part of the FBI. Not even the FBI is really understanding that's part of the shadow elite system. Yeah, because I don't think all the FBI is aware of all of the FBI. So that's what I'm getting from that. So it's a small group, but it doesn't need to be big. It's like it's being used for whatever the elite need it for. There's another army. There's another air force. There's another everything. Yeah. All right. I'll leave you with that. Hopefully I was bringing you some enlightenment. Hopefully it wasn't a rehash of other stuff. I don't think so. I don't either way. It's only so much I can connect with on a night, so I figure I'll put some information out there. So, all right, much love, everyone, and the webinar is tomorrow. I think it'll be okay. We'll see. So, all right, take care, and good night.